Well then, more news regarding Manchester United. We can't escape it. We literally cannot escape being in the news 24/7 because we're such a big club. No. Well, yeah, it is a little bit to do with that. But this is regarding Bruno Fernandes. Now, many of you know I am a massive, massive fan of Bruno Fernandes. He's one of my favourite United players of the recent era, of the modern era. He gives his all for the club. He does whatever he can to obviously help us better. It's obviously not been working because he can't do everything on his own. He's been our standout player for the last 3, 4, 5 years since he came to the club back in 2020. But news has been reported that he may be off to Saudi Arabia. Now this transfer saga is really confusing to me because I think a few weeks ago when we were still in the Premier League season, I think it was after the Europa League final, Bruno said, obviously he knows the situation regarding the club, that we're not in European football, we don't have a lot of money, and he said if the club want him to go, he will go, but that's not what he wants. He wants to stay and fight for Manchester United. Then reports started to come out that Al Hilal have made Bruno Fernandes their number one target for this summer, so straight away peaking interest, but not for Bruno Fernandes at first. I think he shut down those rumours very, very quickly. But this is what I don't get. I think at the start, Al Hilal obviously were wanting Bruno. He's their number one target. I think Bruno rubbished the rumours. He sort of threw him to a side. So why are Al Hilal still going after him? There must have been something there from either Bruno or his camp where they've sort of not 100% shut it down, because otherwise Al Hilal logically would walk away. If Bruno's rejected him, they'd walk away, they'd find a different target, but they're not. They're persisting with this Bruno Fernandes transfer. And since then, it's just developed further and further. Obviously, the season's finished now. We've gone on this trip to Asia to do a post-season tour. And the rumours just keep flying around about Bruno Fernandes and this move to Saudi Arabia. Then we had other things coming out. One thing to note, actually, we've not heard anything from Fabrizio Romano or David Ornstein, really, on the Bruno Fernandes situation, which means it can't be that big, because they're the big two journalists, they're the Messi and Ronaldo of the journalist world, and we haven't heard enough from them regarding the Bruno Fernandes situation. Ben Jacobs, by the way, credit to him, he's been killing it this transfer window. He's been getting a lot of things right and getting a lot of things right early. So credit to him, and he's put this out about Bruno. We're going to read that in a minute, but in fact, we'll read it now. So this is coming out, I think, today or yesterday. This came out. Bruno Fernandes' agent, Miguel Pino, travelled to Saudi Arabia this week to meet with Al Hilal and speak to President Fahad bin Nafel. Discussions described by Al Hilal sources as productive. They took place, the forces in Riyadh, talks late into the evening. So obviously the talks have been taken with Bruno Fernandes' agent and the Al Hilal board. And apparently it's productive and went all the way into the evening. I don't know what else they got up to. Who knows? Christmas has arrived early for me because the guys over at Kit MM have yet again provided me with more football shirts. Now, as you can see, I am on their website at the minute. I'm actually on the new arrivals section because obviously the season's come to end. You're going to get all the new shirts coming out. For example, the new Chelsea one, Inter Milan. There's so many on there. There's genuinely absolutely tons to choose from. For example, let me just go up here quick because you can also check. Again, you can filter it. So let's go Premier League. They've got the Man United one there. They've got absolutely everything you could ever want on this website. There's retros, there's everything. So you need to go and check out Kit MM. For example, actually, I can show you. Let me just flip back to here. I can show you some shirts they've sent me today. Kindly sent me. There's actually 4 to go through, so strap yourselves in. I'll try and get through as quick as possible. We've got this one. Oh god, it's a bit thingy. I have already wore this, so I have to try it on. Let me just sort the arms out. It's this Man United sort of little training wear. Is that a better? There you go. It has already been worn, so hence why it's a little bit dirty, but absolutely phenomenal. Speaking of Man United, I have to get a current Man United player on a different shirt. We've gone for this Ajax shirt, the Jamaican Me Crazy, the Bob Marley inspired shirt with the Champions League patching. And interestingly enough, we've gone for Mazraoui on the back. It's cool, it's unique, isn't it? It's very, very unique. Next up, we've got this. Oh god, what a shirt. What a shirt. Barcelona. Again, you can get new ones now. This is last season's Barcelona shirt. The season's just gone with Champions League patching yet again. This time we have got Pedri on the back of the shirt. Phenomenal yet again. And to round off this mini haul we've got today is this Real Madrid retro style shirt. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. No one on the back of that one, but what a shirt, honestly. If you want to go ahead and get yourselves any shirts from this website, I will put a link down below. Genuinely don't want to miss out because the delivery time is rapid. The prices are incredible. So make sure you check out KitMM down below in the description and in the pinned comment. Thank you for the guys at KitMM. Back to the video. Now, this is an interesting point. Al Hilal asked earlier in the week for an answer within 72 hours as they look to firm up on a marquee signing ahead of the Club World Cup. Now, that's an interesting point because they set a deadline right at the start of the week. Al Hilal set a deadline. We want an answer from Bruno Fernandes in 72 hours, which again doesn't make sense because he'd already rejected them or he already rubbished the rumours. I think Ruben Amorim rubbished the rumours saying he's not for sale, we want to keep him here. So to then go back in for him and give another deadline when he's already said he doesn't want to go, it's confusing, which means obviously he does want to go. He's obviously thinking about it. I think that came out last week as well, where Bruno Fernandes has been thinking about it. I mean, it's a lot of money. He's tripling his wages, what he's on at Man United. He's probably fed up of how the club's being run at Man United and the players that he's playing with. You can see that he throws tantrums here and there, but I'm not surprised. If I was in Bruno's shoes, I'd do the same thing. But that's interesting that they gave a 72 deadline right at the start of the week and it's still going on. That 72-hour deadline has surely passed now. Surely passed. But anyway, Al Hilal are still waiting on Fernandes' decision, but they're still pushing. Saudi sources insist Fernandes is yet to reject their offer, adding significant efforts have been made in the last 2 days to try and get Fernandes' green light. United's position remains the same. They don't want to lose their captain and no bid has arrived to date from Al Hilal. The next few days are going to be key in clarifying Bruno Fernandes' future. So that's the big talking point. Now, you have to take it from different point of views. I've already said there's no way Bruno Fernandes has fully rejected it. Otherwise, Al Hilal would not still be chasing it. But you've got to think about this deadline. So 72 hours, that's passed ages ago. So I don't get why us as a club are doing this. Realistically, a lot of people are saying, take the money for Bruno Fernandes now. He's 30. He's only going to get worse, but I don't know. I think he's in the peak of his years. He's my favourite player at the club at the minute. I really would not want to lose him. But then again, on the flip side, if Al Hilal are offering 100 million, the situation we're in, again, it's going to be hard to replace him. You can go on about replacements for him, but I don't think you can physically replace Bruno Fernandes like for like. There can be players who can try the best or a young and up-and-coming player who maybe gets to his level when he's older, but there's no direct replacement for Bruno Fernandes out there, personally, in my opinion. So you risk selling him. It may help now, to be fair. It may help in the short term. It probably will help in the long term as well in terms of the money. But more importantly, the money will help right now in terms of funding transfers for the upcoming window. Because as we know at the minute, we are absolutely skint. We've just announced the signing of Cunha, which we're paying over 3 years, I think, in instalments for his release clause. That's all we can afford right now. So if we want to be pushing and maybe pushing for Champions League or European football next season, selling Bruno Fernandes is an option. Like I said, for me, I don't think I would do it. I just don't. I think if we sell Bruno Fernandes, we are going to be in trouble next year. I mean, we've already look how bad we were this year with him. It can only get worse without him because he saved us a lot last year. But again, I can understand both points because he is 30 and 100 million. It's hard to turn down. It is hard to turn down. So for me, I'd keep Bruno Fernandes because I love him as a player, but I do get the financial side as well. And I'd understand for Bruno Fernandes. I would 100% understand if he wants to leave United. He's obviously come in to try and win things. It's not worked. We've won the odd trophy here and there. He's been made captain. He's tried to do everything he can. The players he's been provided with obviously not lived up to the expectations either. He's gone through everything at United. He's had loads of final defeats as well. He's probably fed up. He probably is fed up. Again, I don't really know what's going to happen. Maybe he's fed up with the ownership as well. I don't know. I really don't know. In fact, I'm going to try and find something because he did post something about... what did he post? He posted something on his story yesterday on Instagram. What can I type in here? Bruno Fernandes Insta story. Now this is interesting because I didn't really know. Oh God, here we go. We're never going to find it now. Here you go. 3 years ago. We don't want that. We really don't want that. It's not going to come up, is it? Here we go. I have found it. It took me a little. It didn't take me a while. I mean, I found it straight away. I should have just gone on the United stand or another United account on Twitter and got it easily. But anyway, we're here now. Bruno Fernandes on Instagram yesterday posted, "If you tried and failed, congratulations. There are people who don't even try." Now, that could mean so many things. I mean, is he digging out the players? Is he saying he's tried and they've failed, but obviously he's tried as a player and they've failed to win trophies regarding the Europa League and fellow trophies in the past, and there's people in the club who don't even try in terms of the players, who are not giving it their all? Or is it about the ownership? Because if you try and sign players and fail, well, unlucky, but they're not going to sign players or something like that. I mean, it could mean a lot of different ways. I mean, if that is regarding the ownership, he's a goner. There's no way the club will keep hold of him if that is regarding the ownership. I don't think it will be, though. I think he is maybe just talking about himself. I really don't know what to make of that. I mean, that was doing the rounds on Twitter yesterday and Instagram, so I just thought I'd bring it up. But yeah, who knows what that means? Let me know if you know what that means. What we can see what it means. It tells us exactly what it means, but we don't know the bigger meaning, the bigger picture. So yeah, will Bruno Fernandes sign for Al Hilal? That's the main talking point, isn't it? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm genuinely 50-50 on this. It could go anyway. It really could go anyway. And I do worry for Man United's future in terms of the replacements for Bruno Fernandes. Like right now at the club, you've got Mateus Cunha just come through the door. If Bruno Fernandes leaves, you've then got Mason Mount, Kobbie Mainoo could fill that hole. Like, there really isn't that many options. Considering we're going to be selling Rashford, who's going to be 40 mil of pure profit. Garnacho is going to be 40, 50 mil of pure profit. Anthony's probably going to go for around 40. Jadon Sancho's probably going to go for about 20. That's a lot of money there. Do we need to sell Bruno Fernandes? The club may want to. Amorim obviously doesn't want to. He wants him to be part of his plans. It's up to Bruno Fernandes. I've actually read something earlier on today as well, where it's now about the family side of things. Does his family want to go and live out there? That could come into play as well. There's so many factors to this transfer saga. I just want it resolved ASAP, and I think we will get confirmation very, very soon. But let me know your thoughts on the Bruno Fernandes situation. Will he stay? Will he go? And I'll see you next time.